Welcome to the YouTube channel of the Enablers Network. Now, if someone had told me that I was going to continue my career as a YouTuber, I would have rather committed suicide. The man guilty for that is Nick McRoberts.
Yes, I do. I have to admit that I am somewhat responsible for this strange experiment. Didier and I have been talking about writing a new book on post-disruptive leadership for a few years now. And one of the first questions we asked ourselves, and in fact you, is, was a book the right format? A book is very much we write and then we hope you read. Wouldn't it be more interesting to try to inform and enrich our own points of view by having interesting, curious conversations with all the extraordinary individuals that we've met, and some we haven't even met yet, who are doing things differently in the world? In 2009, when Didier began talking about disruption economy, he was for a while a prophet preaching in the wilderness in front of very, very large conferences. Often a third of people had never even heard of the concept, and a third were deeply skeptical. Didier, things are going to continue pretty much the way they are now. What kind of cataclysmic event is likely to happen that would transform business everywhere in the world?
Now, whether you're a healthy skeptic or if, like me, you've been hard hit by the recent disruption of the COVID by losing very dear people or seeing your business being touched, impacted by that crisis, I don't think nevertheless that there's anyone on planet Earth that may say that they don't know what living a disruption is all about. We've all been through that all over the world. Now, we are at a crucial moment into the history of mankind. So far, we have a perfect track record in failing our meetings with history. Recent examples, 1929, after that we try to rebuild the world, we go back to the same sort of financial capitalism. 2008, did we learn anything? No, we fail another appointment. And look back at political, military, invention history, it's always the same song. So now we're in front of a unique moment in our history. Never ever will government spend as much as this time to try and relaunch the economy. Will we unconsciously or willingly try desperately to go back to business as usual? Or will we have the courage and the intelligence to try and build something economically sound, environmentally safe, and humanly sustainable? Nick and I have been thinking, well, everything's been moving since prehistorical times. Everything's been evolving. And of course, I prefer to live today than in those days in a cave. But there's one thing that has remained based exactly on the same principle. It is the way we lead and engage people, leadership. Therefore, Nick and I are convinced that it's there, our biggest lever to improve things and change things should we wish to reinvent a new economy.
So those are the conversations we'd like to have with Didier, to reach out and talk to leaders who are doing things differently, but also artists who are leading the world, sports people leading teams, all the people who have figured out different ways of doing things or are trying unusual solutions. And so in that process, we will talk to a lot of people we're fans of, people doing things we think are amazing, but we'll also try to speak with people we don't necessarily agree about, who have a different way of seeing the world and different solutions to propose. And in order to try to do something productive, we're going to use a little bit of critical thinking. That is, we're going to be critical about our own thinking and try to broaden our own minds by having constructive and engaging conversations with all of these people. To do that, we're going to use Rappaport's rules, which is more about understanding the other person's point of view and understanding what you can learn to really change the way you think, rather than trying to convince ones or the others. And we're going to count very much on you for recommendations of who we should speak to, your comments, your input, as we try to build collectively this impression of what tomorrow's leadership could be.
So welcome to the Enablers Network YouTube channel. Bear with us, join us, recommend us, comment, push back, agree, disagree, challenge, support. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
See you soon.